Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and tonight I'm gonna play Zombicide by Guillotine Games. And I'm not sure if I have to, introduce this game. It's probably one of the most popular games right now. At least one of the most popular zombie games, I guess. And it comes with, or now has already 2 expansions. One is Zombicide Season 2, Prison Outbreak, which is a standalone expansion. And then we have another expansion called Toxic City Mall, which you can combine with each of the 2 base games. And of course you can also combine all of these games together. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the weapon cards of the expansions, and also the special zombie miniatures of the expansions. And because there are also there are already so many of videos and reviews about this game, and there are so many scenarios already played, I decided to take one of the countless scenarios that you can find on the Guillotine Games homepage. This one is called Military Base, and it's a scenario by, not sure actually. I don't know who the guy, it's not written here, who made that. You can find that on the web page of Guillotine Games. So yeah, maybe that's at least something new that I can show you then. And actually I haven't played that scenario, so I'm not sure if it's good or not, but at least it looks fun. So let's set up the game. Okay, the game is set. And this is a scenario which basically uses only components from the base game, so you don't need any expansions to play that scenario. But as I said before, I'm going to use items from the expansions. I'm going to use at least a few of the new zombie models. There are toxic zombies and some mutated zombies, which are heavily armed. But to be honest, I don't like them that much. I prefer just the standard zombies. So what I did is I just added 10 cards from both of the expansions all together in the new zombie spawn deck, so we won't see that much of these new zombies. I've determined the characters randomly. I've chosen 4 of them, and these are all characters from the expansions. So here we got Belle, and she comes with this miniature here, and she starts with a pistol, and her special action is 1 free move action. And then we got Raoul, and this is this guy here with a crowbar, and his action is webbing, or his ability is webbing, and that means that all his equipment cards that he has are assumed to be cards in hand, so he doesn't have to reorganize his inventory if he wants to use a weapon. And then we got Joshua, which is this guy here. And he's got a pistol from the beginning, and his special ability is Lifesaver. And that is actually that's an action, as far as I understand that. And I think it's a pretty strong one. Just wait a second. Okay, we got that here, Lifesaver. The survivor can use this skill for free once during each of his turns. Select a zone containing at least one zombie at range 1 from your survivor. All friendly survivors in the selected zone can be dragged to your survivor's zone without penalty. This is not a movement. A survivor can decline the rescue and stay in the selected zone if his controller wants to. Both zones need to share a clear path. So, okay, and the rest is pretty obvious. So that is an amazingly strong ability, I think. And finally we got Derek. It's this guy here. And he's got a claw hammer. And if he uses ranged weapons, they have an additional range. Okay, now let's see what the scenario goal is. And here we have actually the scenario designer is Tim Thorson. After being in the city for so long, our team is running short on ammo. We've decided to head to a military base on the outskirts of town. Upon arriving, we only saw a few walkers and empty buildings. It seems too easy, but that base is the only place that might have the supplies and ammo we need. One way or the other, we're going in. Okay, so the goal is now take all the ammunition and search the barracks until you have found all the weapons. Okay, so just a second, this is supposed to be here. We got some special rules here, and we got to go back to town with all survivors, which is not so easy. And by the way, if I lose terribly in the first or second video, I might start a second attempt right away, because I mean we want to see some action. So if one of my survivors rolls bad, we have to try it again. Dead soldiers don't need ammo. They died where red X's have been set. Each objective gives 5 experience points to the survivor who takes it. Okay, so we got altogether 6 X's. One here, one over there. This is the start of our guys. Then we have one here and another one there. Here's one, over there is one, and that's it. We got another objective back here, and this is the ammo cache in the barracks. Remove 1 shotgun, 1 sub-MG, 1 rifle, 2 plenty of ammo, okay, and 2 AA cards from the equipment deck. Shuffle these cards and draw 3 of them face down. These are the ammo cache. Place them near the blue objective. Shuffle the other cards back into the equipment deck. Okay, basically that's what we did. There's these back there. When a survivor takes the blue objective, he receives the 3 ammo cache cards. Any R cards revealed when the cache taken triggers the appearance of a walker as usual. Stop this noise. When the blue objective is taken, the blue spawn zone activates. Okay, this is a blue spawn zone, which is not active at the beginning. So we only have 3 spawn zones, one up here, another one up there, and this one down here. Furthermore, we have a car, a police car over here, and in this scenario we are not allowed to drive that. In some scenarios you can actually drive these cars, here we can't. But we can search it. Draw cards until you find a weapon. Discard the other cards. The R card triggers the appearance of a walker as usual and interrupts the search. And we can search that car more than once. And then we have another one, stop the noise. When the police car is searched, its alarm goes off. Place 2 noise tokens on the police car. They stay there until the alarm is turned off. This is not cumulative if the police car is searched again while its alarm is on. A survivor in the police car's zone can spend 1 action to turn off the alarm. Remove both noise tokens. Okay, so I think that's it. All the special rules for this scenario. And by the way, I use these things here to mark the number of zombies I've killed. I like them more than these other markers that you kind of clip there. Okay, well, let's start the game. Okay, we got a pretty good turn summary here, and the game is pretty simple. So because I'm the only player, that means I can choose how to activate my survivors. I can choose the order in which I will do this. First player activates all of his or her survivors, one after the other in any order. Okay. So let's see now. We start with, I think it might be a good idea to start with Raoul, because he's got a crowbar, and that means that he can open doors. So I'm not sure. Let's go up there. I think this is the first building that we're gonna search, and usually it's a good idea to stay together. Important point here is that you have basically unlimited time in this game. So there is no need to hurry. You can play this slowly. You don't have to take any risks, at least not now. So, and another thing which might be important, yeah, I forgot that. There are, of course, limited miniatures that come with the games. And an interesting rule is, if there are no more miniatures that can be spawned, then all miniatures on the board of that specific type of the zombie that should be spawned activate instead, which is very often a terrible thing. So basically you can say the more miniatures you have, the easier it is. And if you buy all the expansions, especially the second base game or the second standalone expansion, you end up with tons of miniatures, which usually means that this rule won't, it will simply not happen anymore. So what I did to keep the balance is I removed that bag of miniatures from the game. I mixed some of the new models here into my miniature pool, but overall I think I got about the same number of miniatures that I had before. Okay, so now let's kick this off. Yeah, it's Raoul, and every survivor at the beginning has 3 actions. And well, what he's going to do first is he's going to move. This is him. No, that's Raoul. Okay, so he's going to move, and he's going to do 1 movement action, and this goes to an adjacent space, and these spaces are actually divided by these crossings here. So one movement action is simply from here to there. So that was his first action. Then he's going to open that door, and it's this door here. You can see it's closed, and to open a door you need an item that allows you to open doors, and it's this symbol here shows you that it is possible to do that. Here, for example, with a pistol you cannot open a door. This claw hammer would also be an appropriate item here. And this blue sign here, that ear with the which doesn't apply here, that shows that it doesn't make any sound to open that door. You can do this in a close way with the crowbar. Okay, so this is now our second action. We open the door, and that means we flip this token here, and now the door is open. By the way, another point. We got this ammo cache back here. We got here a blue door and here a green one. And we cannot open these doors. We need special keys for these doors. And one of these objectives here is a green cross on the other side. And we have, these are the keys, so we have to find that special objective before we can actually enter the barracks back here. Okay, two actions, moving here, opening that door, and at the time you open that door you have to check for zombies that might appear in this building here. So how do we do that? We simply draw from this card, and now you see here 4 different colors: blue, yellow, orange and red. And these are kind of 4 stages of the game, and you can see that here also on the survivor charts. At the beginning they are at this blue level here, and after they killed 6 zombies, every zombie you kill you move this ahead. After they killed 6 zombies they come to the yellow one, then orange, and finally here the red one. And what you do now is you spawn the number of zombies which is indicated in the color of the zone that the best survivor is in. So if our best guy would have killed 10 zombies and the others, for example, only 2 or 3, so if all the others were in a blue zone but one of them would be in a yellow, we have to spawn the number of zombies and the type of zombies indicated in the yellow space of the spawning card. So that's an interesting point, because it doesn't make so much sense to have one survivor which is absolutely ahead of the others, because then you have to spawn lots of zombies, which is probably too much for a single survivor to kill, and the others are all pretty weak. So because every time they enter a new stage they also gain new abilities, so they're getting stronger. Okay, for now, in the first room, for now we don't have to spawn a zombie in that first room here. Okay, now we check this room up here, and we draw the second card. And this time we have a zombie, and this is actually a special one. This is a runner. And this guy moves faster than the others, which makes him definitely more dangerous. So we place him up here. And then finally we draw for that one here. And that is just a standard walker. And just show you the minis here. Okay, and this guy, he looks definitely cool. No doubt here. Absolutely amazing. Okay. And then Joshua has actually one action left. And I'm not so sure what he can do. An action would be attack. And he's got a pistol, so he can do a ranged attack. But first of all, the range of the pistol is only on the same space or at an adjacent space, which would be this one here, but not that one, because this is a different room, and each different room counts as a different space too. And in addition, this zombie is not in line of sight anymore. You can only see inside a building the first room, but you can't see deeper inside that building. So you can't attack a zombie. Not sure what he will do then. Well, he could simply stay there. That's an option. But he could also search in the next turn. Maybe that's even better. I think he will simply move inside here, and that's it then. Well, that was Raoul. Oh, actually, yeah, I mixed that up. That was Raoul. He had the crowbar, so he couldn't shoot anyway. And now we come to Joshua, and he might actually use his pistol. It's an interesting option. So he now moves one space, and then he takes a second movement action, enters this building, and now with his third action he tries to shoot that zombie. Okay, how does that work? Well, he's got a pistol that is a ranged weapon, and here we got that the range is 0 or 1. So yeah, same space or an adjacent space. And then the second point here indicates the number of dice you're allowed to roll. So in this case we're allowed to roll 1 die. This is the result we need to hit the zombie, and this is the number of damage we deal with a single hit. So in this case 1 damage is enough to kill these zombies. The runners and the walkers, they only need 1 damage to kill. So what we need now is a 4 or higher to be successful here. And we were, which is actually pretty important. So we managed to kill that walker. Very good. So that now gives us 1 point. Oh, not 1 point, but we killed our first zombie, so we have to place that marker here on that 1. And actually, now if I think about it, it was a little risky to to enter that building with, well, basically with both of the survivors, simply because if I wouldn't have been able to kill that zombie, it would have attacked one of my survivors in the next turn, because he can move in here, and because it's a runner, he has another action which would be an attack then. So I would have taken a wound in the next turn, which would be definitely very bad. I still had the option with Belle to shoot that zombie, but anyway, it was a pretty risky action. Okay, well, let's say Derek is the next one who moves into this building. So this is 1 and 2. So these are now 2 movement actions. And then, as a third action, he's going to search that room. Searching is something you can only do inside a building, and you can only search once per turn. And you can only do this, although I'm not absolutely sure, I gotta check that. Yes, there are no zombies allowed in the room you're standing. That's also important. And I was not absolutely correct. You can also search cars, not only buildings, but you cannot search on the street. So that's what I do now. I'm going to search, and well, I'm simply going to draw one of these cards now. Let's see what comes up. That's a laser pointer. Not let's see, maybe it's not so bad. Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. Combined with pass gun, pistol, submachine gun, or evil twins. +1s to dice roll. 1 laser pointer per weapon. So that is definitely pretty cool, because a few of our guys, Joshua and Belle, they both have pistols. So they both could use that laser pointer. That's pretty good. We might give that to them in the next turn then. Okay, and finally it's Belle over here. And she now also takes a movement action and then a second movement action. And then as a third action, she will try to shoot the walker in this room over here. So same thing, the range is fine. It's 1 space away. We can roll 1 die. Oh, by the way, she's got a free move action. I can see that now. So this is actually not bad, because that means I can do this movement action for free. Then in addition, I can enter here. So that is actually my first action. And then I think I can simply take that laser pointer as an action from Derek and combine it here with my pistol. Okay, as you can see here, we have 5 spaces for cards. So that's basically what every survivor can carry, but you can only carry 2 cards in the hand, so you can use only 2 cards. But this laser pointer is now something you can combine with another item, so they both together will only take 1 space. And now she can add 1 to the dice roll, to the die roll with the pistol. So that's pretty cool, because that means she only needs a 3 to do a hit to that zombie. And this is now her third action, attacking this zombie. And that's a success. So this guy is killed. And that means this marker here advances 1 space. Okay, so that was the first turn, not the first turn, but the first survivor's turn, and I think that was okay. So now let's do the zombie turn. And well, usually first thing they would do is, if there were zombies without the same space, they would attack. It's not the case. Then zombies would move, but there are no zombies on the board, so nothing happens here. Now we have to spawn zombies. So we will draw for each spawning zone a card, but not for the blue one, because it's not active yet. And then we'll see what comes up. So let's start with that one over here. And well, that says still cool. Otherwise we would have to activate all runners, but this is not a problem now. Okay, so then we come to that zone here. We don't have any zombies here, and down here we have, okay, this is now a special. That's a toxic zombie, and that is a walker, a single walker. Yeah, pretty sure it is. Okay. So this is now this guy here. And, well, as you can see, this guy is toxic. So what does that mean? Well, if you kill a toxic zombie in a space, well, if you kill a toxic zombie, then every survivor in the same space with the killed zombie will take 1 damage. So basically that means that you should try to kill these toxic zombies from a distance. Okay, I just checked that and I realized I was wrong here. He's not doing damage to all the survivors in the same area, but only to the attacker. If he is in the same area, then he takes a wound. Okay. And finally we draw for this spawning zone up there. Okay, so what does that mean? That means now sewers on a tile, located on a tile, sewers located on a tile with at least 1 character will spawn 1 walker. Okay, so now we check, and we have here sewers, so a walker will spawn here now. Okay, here we got this lady, and she shows up here, comes out of the sewer. Okay, so that was the spawning phase, and that is then the end of the first turn. So I say we do another one, and then I'm going to load that up. Okay, let's see. Well, okay, I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start with Belle, and I'm going to try to shoot that zombie here. She's standing out directly in front of the door, so I can shoot her from inside. And because of my laser pointer, I only need a 3 to be successful. And yeah, that was very good. So that zombie is killed. It's a second kill. That goes away. Then as a second action, she can draw a search card, or she will search the room, and that is a riot shield. That's not bad. If equipped, gain the tough skill. Discard to prevent 1 wound inflicted to the wearer. Okay, so let's check what the tough skill exactly is. Okay, that means that the survivor can ignore the first attack from a zombie during each zombie phase. So that is really a very good item. And then she's got one, she's got one action left. But I think she simply will do nothing here. Now it's Raoul. And yeah, he also searches. I'm not sure actually. Yeah, I think he will also search the area and draws a card. And that is a claw hammer. And this is also a pretty good weapon now because it has this symbol here. And that indicates that you can take two of the same kind at the same time. So you have one in each hand and then you can really try to do some damage. And because Derek already has one, we can give Derek the this hammer. So this would be now the second action. So we give that to Derek. Pretty cool. And well, then it's Joshua. Well, Raoul gives away his last action. He doesn't need that. And then it's Joshua. And he will now try to take the objective here. So he enters the area here, or the room, and then that was his first action, and as a second action he picks up the objective. And this is not the green one, so not the keys, just the standard ammo. And if you pick up an objective, that gives you 5 experience points. So he is now at 6 points. So we've got to be careful here, because if we kill another zombie with him, then that means that we have to spawn zombies from the yellow here from this yellow space, which is definitely harder than the blue ones. Okay, and finally it's Derek, and he's also gonna search the room. So he draws one of these cards, and that's a shotgun, which is pretty cool. So that was his first action, and well, I'm now thinking about, I think what I do is I'm gonna exchange items again with Raoul. And what we do now is we give now Raoul the 2 claw hammers, because they're definitely very good. And in return we take the crowbar and the shotgun. We keep the shotgun because he's got that plus maximum range, +1 maximum range. So he's definitely better in ranged combat, so I think it's a good idea to give him the shotgun. Okay, so I think we're done here. And now we come to the zombie phase again. And well, first again zombies would attack, but this doesn't happen. And then the zombies will move. And now we have only this guy here, and this is a regular walker, so it moves 1 space. And now we got to ask ourselves in which direction it will move. Well, in this case there is not many opportunities. Usually a walker or any zombie will move to the closest visible enemy. survivor. But if there is no survivor, like here, in that case, if there is no visible survivor, like here, because, well, you can only see this street here, then he goes where the most noise is. And, well, basically shooting is a noise, and each survivor is also one noise token. What I usually should do is I should place all these noise tokens, these ones here, for an action like shooting, for example. So she shot that zombie outside here, so basically I should have placed in here one noise token to indicate this. But most of the time I won't do this because it simply makes no difference. We are all together here, so in this space, together with this shooting, there are 4 noise tokens now, one for each survivor and one for the shooting. And in here there is 1 noise token, because there is 1 survivor in here. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, the zombie would move into this direction, so he takes 1 step there, simply goes here. And by the way, this thin line here, where the 2 tiles come together, this doesn't divide this area in 2 spaces. Only these pedestrian crossings, whatever you call them. So they simply move in here. Okay. And then we got to spawn new zombies. And we start up here now. Draw a new card. Okay. So again, we're still cool. And then up here we have just 1 standard walker. Which we place right there. And finally down here. Okay, again we have toxic zombies, which is not great. And this time we got 2 walkers down there. Okay, now this time we take the lady here. Okay, and place them both. Place them both here. Okay. So yeah, I think we're done with this turn, and well, it looks pretty good. For now, we've taken the first objective. No problems here. We have found some cool weapons. The shotgun is definitely good, especially with Derek, so he can use that at a range of 2, which is pretty strong. And these 2 claw hammers, they're also pretty awesome. She's got the pistol combined with the laser pointer, which is good, and the riot shield. That's also fine. So I think we made a pretty lucky start here. Okay. Yeah, hope to see you in my next video. Until then, bye.